the Wi-Fi doesn't work, and you're stuck, and you can't do anything. You got this nice, fresh-looking Xbox 360 Elite, I think it's called, or E or something like that, and you can't play it because it's been taken away. The tyranny of the household that you live in is nothing more than a decadent creed for the reasonings as to why you live on this earth, okay? Now think about it like that, okay? Think you don't want to do this anymore, and you waste your time doing it. Think. People go out and DoorDash. Why do they do it? They need money, right? What if, imagine this, your slave master decides that he doesn't want to give you any more DoorDash deliveries and he has you drive around for 5 hours. This could be you. This could be the society that you live in. This could be the very reason why you wake up in the morning and you hate yourself, okay? All these are just theory on my end, but I'd argue that some people genuinely go through these things on a daily basis. Now, I'm not going to advocate for myself, because, you know, I live in a four-wall stone, fucking cobblestone mansion in Minecraft, but these are things that we need to worry about. These are things that we need to talk about, okay? Why do you let people control your electronics? We need to take insane amounts of CERT classes so we can hack people's phones and keep them away from everybody, alright? We need to do that. And then we need to learn how to play the banjo, alright? And then we start singing Mumford and Sons so we can claim our dignity back, okay? Nobody wants to talk about it, but I sure as hell will, alright? What was that thing? I remember watching this video on YouTube. Somebody was talking about, like, the millennials that fucking made the banjo music. It's so fucking stupid. I forget what it was. Oh yeah, I don't even know. And then you have an insane inane amount of banjos, like banjo music. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what's worse. Would you listen to, for about 12 hours, would you rather listen to the first album that Mitski has ever made? The first music production that you could find that was made by Mitski? Or would you rather sit and listen to a whole discography of Mumford and Sons? This is the future you chose. This is the hell that we live in. And people are just looking around and, you know, dotting their I's around, and you're sitting around. I mean, you might find somebody outside who's nice to you, but not everybody on this earth is going to be nice to you, okay? Imagine this. You go sit around, you go read comic books in your free time. You're like Iron Man. No, you're more like Superman. No, you're more like Batman. You go sit in a parking lot, destitute of any reason as to why you should care. You're grinding, right? You're on the grind. And people don't want you to do that. You're lucky you have Jarquavius the Third. He comes and helps you out. You're lucky you even have Jarquavius. Everybody else has been putting you down. All right. What you gonna do? I'm gonna read some more Death Note. Okay. But you know what I can't do? I can't read Death Note. I finished my first Black Edition volume of Death Note, and it was actually a beautiful thing. I've seen Death Note about 2 times in my life. And I decided to read the manga, you know, see what was going on. It was a really damn good title. I'll tell you what, still holds up very well today. I mean, you can research on so many topics just from reading that alone. That's not the point. Jarquavius understood that working is like hell, and hell is like working, right? And we're stuck here in this mindless loop every day trying to find dividends to live, while the local kolache factory is looking at you and laughing when you try to go impersonate somebody from like Hollywood or something, and then you go try to get a female. And it's just the same loop over and over again. Nobody makes a change, right? What kind of? Why don't you run for office? What a stupid ass fucking idea. Who the fuck's even in office right now? Do you know anybody noteworthy of value in office that probably isn't your fucking grandmother, your grandfather, your long belated spouse, incestual cousin that you fuck every 5, 15, 20 minutes? I don't know. But I can say one thing. Why don't you run for office? Well, that's a great fucking idea, alright? I'm well suited to be put in office, and I'd love to be put in office. You know what changes I'd implement? I'd implement the reasoning as to like why we have retards running even any of the smallest semblances of society. Alright? Like maybe I want to sit around and get food for free, and I want to get food stamps, and I want to be treated like a dignified human being. Why don't we advocate for that? Why don't we advocate for that? Hire your nearest homeless man to go knock on the door of the people you don't like, okay? That's what we should be doing. But we're not doing that, are we? How much? $20. I'll give you $20. No, it's not enough, man. I could go to jail. All right, I'll give you 15. All right, let's get it. You know what I'm saying? But nobody wants to talk about it. It's like oh god, you know this? Yeah, exactly. That fucking those awful songs that you hear in the fucking like you walk into one of them taco joints or whatever, and you hear the fucking it's just. Luckily, we don't have that nowadays. I think I went to a 7-Eleven yesterday. I was hearing like innate blasting rap music, innately ear blasting rap music that was like or whatever, but like not like Asian-esque. It was more like yo do yo or whatever you call it. And you know, there's one thing I don't like, and that's rap music. It's not that I innately hate it. I used to love rap music, but there's one thing I don't like is fucking hearing that shit blasting in my ear, fucking 20 miles per hour, fucking weird ass hip hop beats, talking about the sodomization of my 13th cousin, or my 15th Annabelle that I had in my coagular period of my life. I don't want to hear about it. You know what I don't? I want to hear. There should be like a middle ground where like Mumford & Sons and like rap music of like fucking people just talking about probably like 21 Savage or something, where we don't have people fucking in your ear making you feel like you should probably go fuck your cousin right now. All right, that shit's just weird, dude. All right, I'm just putting it out there. Like I said, I have nothing against Kevin Gates. I mean, I'm sure he's got a whole repertoire and he's got great intrinsic and linguistic understanding on how to make people happy. I'd argue that's probably the aim of why people make this music, because some of it is just too much, you know. Like I sloppily fucking slurped up and licked on my cousin's foot and my third cousin auntie her nice beautiful armpit jam. And it was, I don't know. I mean, I get it. It's cool. You know, I guess. It's not. I mean, I remember walking into the dollar store the other day, right? And, you know, the first thing I heard was, I walk in, there's like this one family that walks in. And, look, man, I'm not being fucking stereotypical racist or anything, but it was like a bunch of younger, blacker women. Probably like one teenager. And she's sitting around going around the store, fucking slamming out illicit lyrics about how like I'm gonna fuck your mom and I'm gonna sit around and do it. And it's like, you know, it's not that. Like I said, if you listen to that music, it's fine, right? But gee whiz, you walk into the dollar store with that much confidence, I gotta give it to you. Personally, last time I went, it did something like that. I went out and tried to get a female, and it didn't work, right? I was like, how do they do it? How can they just walk in the dollar store and say, I heard you was coming in here acting like a, like fucking weird stuff. weird stuff that we don't want to talk about. Anyways, I'm drinking coffee right now. It's about 11 in the morning. I'm having a great day, ish. I guess I woke up this morning kind of melancholic, but then I got a good message. All right, we finally found a job. This is probably like my 17th job in the last 2 years. No, that's obviously a joke, but I mean, we had issues with people that we'd work with, right? But never to the point where we hated them, right? It's just, sometimes life makes you wear eyeliner and go into the back of a pizza parlor and start yelling at people. Now, you're not actually yelling at anybody, but you're senselessly getting angry at how you've been treated recently, right? And I, for one, am not gonna argue that it's a good thing or a bad thing, all right? Some of us, we got mental health issues, brother. And with that, we gotta be better. We gotta be better men, all right? We can't be carrying ladders outside and acting like idiots, all right? I don't care how many SSRIs you loaded yourself up with or innate understandings of how a female treated you so horribly, right? It's not viable. And if you're gonna tell me sorry, I'm focusing. I'm doing something called multitasking. We haven't figured out how to do that yet. When I'm in my Toyota Camry 2003 and I'm sitting here smoking cigarettes and I'm going out around town looking for beautiful Hispanic women, but I can't find any that are interested in me. This is the antithesis for like why we do it. All right, I sat alone at a park bench, or rather a bench. Okay, let's say I'm sitting right in front of a fucking taco stand, and we're just sitting there waiting for our DoorDash, right? And I'm just minding my own business, just calm. I'm thinking, oh fuck, man. Oh, Marissa, please just text me back. Just text me back, Marissa. But she won't do it. She's too prideful, man. We're not going to go into detail about how I did, whatever bullshit they made up about me and every lie that they've told under the sun about how I'm just evil and I should be taken away from society, okay? It's not worth even digging down that rabbit hole to understand who you're potentially dating, okay? So let's not make a precursor to understand why you would ever want to get with somebody for better or for worse, because it's just a waste of time. All right? I think that's what they were telling me the other day. They were saying don't even investigate who you're cohabitating with. Don't even bother trying to figure out who is helping you out on this earth. All right? Just leave it to chance and destiny. It's almost like we were entwined by fate. And I met you today, and it was so fun. But you know what? They call me a son husband. So what? Sign me up for the son husband committee, baby. I'll be first chairman. I'll take lead when the Aquarius is left. You think I'm joking? It ain't no joke at this point. I think the last few days I could honestly, quantifiably tell you how much money I've made in DoorDash. I think it was about $200 in the last 7 days. But it was split out individually, and it's like, you're like, that's a lot of fucking money. Right? Well, I gotta pay my house servant. I mean, I gotta pay as a house servant to live in one nice allocated location in the greater yada yada area. And what we have left is maybe a pack of cigarettes by the end of the night, maybe like $5 in my gas tank, and and whatever the fuck else we got to do to make ourselves happy on this earth. But I tell you, I mean, I got a Mountain Dew Baja Blast, dirty soda. Those are pretty damn good, right? Those are pretty good, right? But I don't even know what to say anymore. I'm kind of bored because I gotta tell you, like, imagine driving really really slow to where you're going, and you're getting like you're busting ass, but you denied the HEB inside job, and you can't. They won't let you. Your acceptance rate is trash now. You try to apply for Uber, and you know what Uber does? Uber does nothing. They say your model's too old for me to try to let you do anything. Because apparently your car has to be up to standard to take people in it, regardless if you're only doing fucking DoorDash or delivery or whatever. I think it's pretty fucking stupid, but it is what it is. And I mean, I think we're finally getting somewhere. I'm gonna be Surmount in charge son husbandry. I'm excited. Nobody wants to talk about it. I do. I'm having a good day. You know what? Despite everything that's happened in the last 2 weeks alone, I have to say I'm at least in a good mood today. And there could be a lot worse things going on in my life, like not being able to read Love Hina and Death Note and fucking Diabolo or whatever. But we can just sit here and enjoy ourselves, okay? Like a nice... I think the Asian people got it right. Are the ones that probably like LARP as Asian people with AI filters. They're like, just sit down and do nothing. 5 minutes of your thought process doing nothing. Do nothing. Don't do anything. Don't sit around and do anything. I'd love to show you the informal antithesis of what I've been doing, but I can't. This stuff is not legible for children under the ages of like 13 or something. Or I'd argue at any level of education, if you can't understand how to rear your partner, or steer your sartner or whatever, you can't sit around and read this stuff because you become a mentally deranged psychopath. All right, and we don't. You know what we're trying to do? We're trying to medically tell people to calm down, shut up, and don't say a word about what we're doing, because we're ruining. You're breathing my oxygen. Tastes good, but anyways, I guess the last, because I'm not really an interesting person. I think the last thing that I could quantifiably show you was I got this beautiful gift for my girlfriend. It's a what is it? My Melody. It was a blind box My Melody and Kuromi. I really like My Melody more, but I actually kind of wanted Kuromi a little bit more, but I unfortunately got My Melody. But My Melody, I like My Melody. I didn't like the designs in this box for the blind box of My Melody. I kind of wasn't feeling it. I was kind of liking the Kuromi one as much as I despise fucking Kuromi. Anyways, here we go. We're gonna leave it at that.